Lauren Boebert nearly lost her last election. And why is that? Because no one likes Lauren. You see, Lauren Boebert is increasingly unpopular in her own district the more they learn about her, and she barely won just by a few hundred votes. And then, since that, we have the Beattlejuice incident. If you aren't aware, she was vaping next to a pregnant woman, offered that pregnant woman alcohol, and then was caught on security camera groping and being groped by her partner. And how did they try to spin this? It is the partner's fault. He is a Democrat. Well, you see, Lauren Boebert is, worried about her electability. So she has this message for her constituents that she represents right now.
Hey everyone, I hope you had a great Christmas with your family and loved ones. I hope it was full of laughter and joy. After all, joy is not just a suggestion, it is our battle plan. Now for this video, let's get right to it. Today, I am announcing my candidacy for the 2024 Republican nomination to represent Colorado's 4th Congressional District in the United States House of Representatives. It's the right move for me.
Now, I want to be clear. She does not currently represent that district, nor does she live in that district. But by law, she's allowed to represent it even if she doesn't live there. So she is abandoning her district, which has a now highly funded Democrat opponent that almost won. So she is giving the Democrats essentially a free seat and abandoning the people she was supposed to represent.
Personally, and it's the right decision for those who support our conservative movement. This is the right move for Colorado, for us. Since the first day I ran for public office, I promised I would do whatever it takes to stop the socialists and communists from taking over our country. That means staying in the fight, but it also means not allowing Hollywood elites and progressive money groups to buy the 3rd district, a seat that they have no business owning.
So, Lauren Boebert right now is complaining that the Hollywood elites are buying the district that she is currently representing because people in her district are voting for the Democrat because they know more about Lauren Boebert now. Mind you, Lauren Boebert, this district that she's wanting to go for, there is another man who's been campaigning and running for it, and she's basically trying to steal the Republican nomination for that district out from under him at the last minute. This is glorious.
I will not allow dark money that is directed at destroying me personally to steal this seat. It's not fair to the 3rd district and the conservatives there who have fought so hard for our victories, of which I'm incredibly grateful.
So it's a stolen seat if she doesn't get it, but at the same time, she's literally giving it up.
Personally, this announcement is a fresh start following a pretty difficult year for me and my family.
You're Beetlejuicing?
I'd never been in politics before, and I'd never been through a divorce, something I never intended to go through. I've made my own personal mistakes and have owned up and apologized for them. It's tested my faith, my strength, and my abilities both as a mom and a congresswoman. It's been humbling and challenging, but it's also given me perspective and helped me grow. I cannot put into words how grateful I am for everyone who has steadfastly stood alongside of me in the 3rd district and across America.
And now she's abandoning you, the 3rd district.
The relationships we have cultivated over the past few years are deeply cherished and unbreakable. 2024 is going to be tough. We cannot lose the 3rd, and Colorado's 4th district is hungry for an unapologetic defender of freedom with a proven track record of standing strong for conservative principles.
The guy who's already running for that district she's now moving to literally has photos of himself with Donald Trump. So she is abandoning a district. Basically, she knows she's giving it to the Democrats. She knows she is. Because she had the incumbent boost. Without that, the Democrats are going to get that district, and she knows it. With her there, they were probably going to get that district. So she's now moving to another open district that she can try at least to take over because she's wanting to keep her job in Congress, but she's trying to lie and act like this is somehow helping the 3rd district stay conservative. It's not. It simply isn't.
We have to protect our majority in the House, win the Senate, and win the presidency.
Remember, protect the majority by giving up a seat.
President Trump has made it very clear that when we take back the White House, he needs our conservative voices heard loud and clear. I love Colorado's 3rd, and I will continue working as hard as I can for the remainder of my term to be a great representative for everyone in this district. But I also spent years living on the Front Range and years representing rural America. The 3rd and 4th congressional districts comprise nearly 85% of Colorado's footprint and have less than 20 people per square mile. Rural America deserves.
See, this is just going on a tangent here. People like Lauren absolutely love locations where nobody lives. They do. Because locations like that generally have lower education. They don't actually keep up with politics that much. And just because of the pure isolation, they're more likely to be racist, more likely to be homophobic, transphobic, and just afraid of people that are different, which helps them, vote conservative. And they like to do this as a bragging thing. Like, look at all the land we have. But she kind of let the cat out of the bag by saying, we don't got people.
A strong voice that fights for their freedoms. The American people are struggling with groceries, inflation, utility bills, and other monthly expenses that were fueled by Biden's spending spree. I know all too well how damaging the liberals have been to our entire state here in Colorado. I will be moving to the 4th in 2024 and will continue to take my conservative fight directly to them.
Now, she does say she's moving there, and that is a smart move because that will probably help her get some votes being a resident. But I want to be clear, as far as I'm aware, she does not have to live there. She could easily get a temporary home in that district and then just move back. And you have to remember, there's been a lot of shady things with conservatives running in an area they don't actually live, and then they just immediately go back to their regular home. So there's a chance if she loses in the 4th that you'll probably see an article, suddenly she doesn't live in that district anymore and went back to her home in the 3rd. Unless she sells her house that she's currently owning, I don't believe this is going to be a permanent move, and I don't believe she'll actually live in it once she represents the 4th district. I think it's purely political to claim she now lives there, if that makes sense to you.
And the Aspen donors, George Soros, and Hollywood actors that are trying to buy this seat, well, they can go pound sand. We aren't going to give them the opportunity to steal the 3rd.
You are giving it up.
Republicans will hold the 3rd, and I'll proudly represent the 4th, and Republicans will be stronger for it. The future of our country is on the line. I'm going to continue to fight every day to secure the border, put a stop to Bidenomics, and reduce inflation. Increase water storage, support ranchers and farmers, responsibly develop American energy and minerals, stop wokeism, and get our country back on track. I did not arrive at this decision easily. A lot of prayer, a lot of tough conversations, and
a lot of people telling her polling numbers.
A lot of perspective had convinced me that this is the best way I can continue to fight for Colorado, for the conservative movement, and for my children's future, and for the future of our great country. I love you. I appreciate all of your support more than you will ever know. May God continue to bless you. May he have his hand over our great nation. God bless America. Thank you all.
So, basically, Lauren Boebert realized she's going to lose a district. So she is now switching districts. And you might be wondering, well, what is the Republican response? They're mad. They're mad because everyone knows that she just gave the Democrats the 3rd district. The man running for the 4th district, I was thinking about showing his tweets and stuff, but he hasn't really had a chance to fully process it. This is rather new. It's like 15 minutes ago, and he's like, she needs to fight for the 3rd and keep that district. Because he's put in a lot of time, money, and effort into the 4th district trying to get elected. Now, she keeps saying how, we're not going to let them steal it. The thing is, it was the locals voting against Lauren, and they know that the Republican Party bolstered Lauren. And now, these same people, you might say, well, Lauren Boebert's leaving, so maybe they'll be more likely to vote Republican. Now they'll be fresh blood. Well, Lauren Boebert is a Republican that abandoned them the moment time got tough for her. So why are they going to suddenly vote for the next Republican? They're not. And is the Republican Party going to fund tons of money into the 3rd District to try to save it? I don't think so. I think that the guy who has been campaigning for the 3rd District basically has won. I have no question about that personally. Looking at how the polling was and how the voting was in the past election, her becoming less popular. She's saying she's already hyping it up that it's going to be lost, right? She's already saying the Soros, the Hollywood elites, whatever. She's already trying to give that as an excuse for why it lost in the future, and it's not because she left or because of her. She doesn't want to take blame for that, because if she takes blame for that, she's more likely to lose the 4th. Now, from my understanding, the 4th is solid red, rural, and she's probably going to win it, but it is probably going to put a sour taste in their mouths that, Lauren Boebert's trying to move there just to keep a job. She might, in my opinion, do worse in that district than insert generic Republican. She's kind of toxic. I'm not saying that she's going to lose the 4th District. I think she'll win it, but I think it might not be as big a margin as any other general Republican would have. I think that she is just reviled, despised by basically everyone.